It is Wednesday afternoon on May 24th, 2017. We are 100% in cash. Account value is 119K. We had a Fed minutes today. It caused gold to rally some $6 or so, but the true action was in junior gold miners. The first half of the day, we saw significant relative weakness in GDXJ versus gold. But once Fed minutes came out, that relative weakness turned into relative strength. And if I change the time frame here, it becomes more evident what I'm referring to. Gold tried the entire day to exceed that spike that happened right after the minutes were released. GDXJ rallied way past that. So this strength is telling me that there's probably more upside in junior gold miners, and that is the only reason why I did not buy back JDAS today. But I'm planning on doing that as soon as I see that we are running out of buyers in GDXJ, and I will determine that by comparing how gold is moving and how GDXJ is moving relative to it. When that relative strength that we saw here into the close abates and it turns into relative weakness, that is when I will pull the trigger on JDAS, because nothing has changed. Growth is accelerating. I know the Fed minutes, they stated we want to make sure that the economic weakness that we saw in Q1 is transitory. The problem is there was no economic weakness. The economy grew by 2% year over year. The Fed looks at quarter-over-quarter data, and that data is so noisy that the Fed is last to know when the economy is accelerating and when it is decelerating. So they need way more data points to come to the conclusion that the market sees coming way ahead of time. In other words, the more data we will get for Q2, the more evident it will become even for the Fed that the economy is just fine. So we will get multiple rate hikes this year, the next one being in June. And now we just need to time our re-entry into JDAS right, because we can't know in advance how high will the rally take GDXJ. What we do know is we know when it's over, or we get a pretty good indication when it's over, and that is the relative performance of GDXJ versus gold. I know I keep on talking about it, but I think this is the most important data point there is. As soon as that relative strength that we saw into the close abates tomorrow, I will be buying JDAS. Let's blow up the chart for GDXJ here real quick. There are two significant levels. One is 32.5. We bounced here a couple of times last week, and then this 33.20-ish level, that is also significant. I believe it is very unlikely that we exceed those levels here and that we stall out somewhere in this area. When I see that, I will be the first to jump into JDAS. And I just want to address one thing real quick. Why did I not buy JNUG today? Because it actually crossed my mind. I was close on pulling the trigger. The reason why I couldn't do it was because I have such a strong fundamental thesis that is bearish on junior miners. If I were to open a bullish position in miners and then be wrong, if I had to close it for a loss and then chase JDAS, that would be emotionally very, very difficult. I would be very upset with myself that I took a trade against a very strong fundamental thesis that I have, that I just didn't want to open that door, because even with a strong fundamental thesis, execution is very, very difficult, and we have to pick our battles, and that was one I was not willing to take. That is it for today. I will make another recap tomorrow. Hopefully then we will be long JDAS, and hopefully we were able to buy it on a dip.